What's up? It's Yo Rumi. So I want to do a video that is going to be a little bit longer, but it's going to be for reviewing some examples of live marketplaces that are built using Sharetribe Go and Sharetribe Flex. They're two different product offerings. So I've shared quite a bit recently. I even created a guide to no-code marketplaces that you can see. I'll link to it in the details to this, and also did like a whole video series on it. And then I actually did a video that reviews some examples and then walks through them in the past. It's almost a year ago now. Got quite a few, a couple thousand views on it, so it seemed to be quite popular. But there's a lot changing and a lot of new kind of improvements in the no and low code space, and particularly with Sharetribe. So I wanted to do an update video. So it is November in 2020. So time to jump into some examples. So I'm screen sharing right now the Sharetribe site. You can see it at sharetribe.com. I'll link to it. They have two different product offerings. One is Sharetribe Go, which is their completely hosted version, and that's their no-code version of their marketplace kind of builder or platform. And then the other is Sharetribe Flex, so that's more of a kind of a marketplace kind of API as a service that you can build on top of. Of course, if you're not new to the channel, then you know that I built and launched and continue to operate Studiotime, which has been called like the Airbnb for music studios, and it's the largest online marketplace for music studios in the world. So I initially built it and launched it using Sharetribe Go, and it currently runs on Sharetribe Flex. So you can check out all my other videos that I've shared in the past about that. I just wanted to mention that before I jump into some of these examples. So let's first start by, I'm going to share with you another kind of resource that I actually created. So I'll link to it. This was just kind of a complimentary resource that I created when I wrote and launched the guide to no-code marketplaces that you can check out. But I made a directory right here, so you can see examples of not only Sharetribe-based marketplaces, but also Webflow and Bubble-based no and low-code marketplaces. So of course, Sharetribe isn't your only option when you're looking to build a marketplace using no and low-code. You can check out the guide if you want to see basically which platform is best suited for different types of marketplaces. But for the sake of this video, we're going to focus on Sharetribe and then jumping into some examples. So as I mentioned, there are two primary different product offerings that Sharetribe offers. The first is Sharetribe Go, which is going to be their hosted version. So let's just jump right into an example. So this is shared on their site, but it's called Wheel Price. So this is a marketplace for buying wheels. So you can see it right here. And I'm gonna, when I do these, when I go through and show these examples and kind of do like a walkthrough, I'm gonna point out some of the primary, some of the differences between them, and just some kind of insights around the marketplaces, maybe how they're built, some specific features that were customized for those marketplaces. So that way you know what's possible, and then potentially even how you can kind of configure Sharetribe when you actually sign up for it and start building your marketplace. So you'll notice their landing page right here that has the search and location, and then they have the different, these are going to be different kind of like filters eventually within the listings right here that they lay out on the homepage to make it clear. They have like the what is wheel price right here. So I just mentioned that, so this is a homepage that they pay the additional, I believe it's $99 a month to have a custom homepage with their Sharetribe Go based marketplace. So if you search in here, obviously location right there, but let's just click on one of these right here. So as I mentioned, those are filters. So you'll see what I'm talking about now. So when you click on that, then you'll see over here the filters on Sharetribe Go, that these are selected. So those were they were visually called out on the homepage, and it passes through a search result with the filters pre-selected there for those specifically. So you can see right here, if you're familiar with Sharetribe Go, this is a fairly standard view right here. They didn't do any kind of customizations that some of the other Sharetribe Go marketplaces have done. Looks great for this specific type of marketplace right here. You can kind of switch over here from grid to the list view, and then you can see maps right here. So just one kind of tip, so we'll clear this search results over here. So one kind of thing I will just mention, or kind of tip, if you are looking at Sharetribe Go based marketplaces, you want to see how many total listings they have. You can just simply zoom out over here on the map, and then you can see like the grouping right here with the numbers. So that's how many total listings this entire marketplace has on their Sharetribe marketplace. So this is just an example of Wheel Price, which once again is a Sharetribe Go based marketplace. So completely no code. From Sharetribe, what this requires as far as like a subscription is for their Sharetribe Go platform, and then this has a custom homepage. Now, so this video is going to be reviewing a bunch of different examples. And this is going to be the example of a Sharetribe Go based marketplace that uses their custom homepage. Now I'm going to show you another example over here for Tribe Hire. And you can see tribehire.io. So this is a more custom looking homepage, kind of looks like similar to Studiotime. So this is going to be an example of a Sharetribe Go based marketplace. So completely no code, but they leverage other no-code landing page builders for custom home pages and other pages. And I'm going to walk you through how they do that. So I'm definitely well-equipped to walk through this because I actually built this for a client for ThinkBox, which is the kind of agency that I run, or startup studio, where we focus on not only building and operating our own no and low code marketplaces, but working with clients to build and launch and help them scale their own no code marketplaces. So now that I mentioned that, I'll just kind of like walk through this. So you'll notice the main domain tribehire.io. So this is going to be a custom landing page that we built for them using Instapage. I've done tutorials in the past about how to build a homepage like this. Now, if you click on Learn More right here, then they have this is a pretty well designed page right here that's on if you're looking to buy, right? Right here. So you can see, so this is just a custom page right here that just kind of speaks to the value prop of their marketplace. So by using this, and they can use this for targeted marketing and targeted ads too. So then over here, they also have a kind of add your services up here, and fairly straightforward, right? So the other that I do want to mention right here, so that's how it works, is that they actually also have a kind of subscription kind of component to their marketplace. So you'll see right here, they call it kind of boosters. So these are the two different offerings that they have. So as a seller, you can kind of select these to get like a one-time boost or kind of be a part of their pro program. So this is built using a custom kind of landing page and just leverages pretty much, I'll kind of get into it in a little bit, but URL routing. So that way they can leverage not only, like I mentioned, these kind of custom landing pages for an improved marketplace experience, but then also Sharetribe Go, so it's completely no code. So once again, these are tribehire.io. So this is going to be like the main domain. Now, when you click on View All Listings, this is going to get into, you're going to see how they actually leverage Sharetribe Go and can basically run an entire marketplace leveraging that. So you notice the actual domain changed to app.tribehire.io. So this is basically, they have the domain set up here. And then simply when you click on things, say for instance, on the top left on the logo, that goes to the homepage. They basically use these two different domains, so their main domain and subdomain, to kind of seamlessly, quote unquote, integrate, both no-code platforms without any actual kind of technical integration, and that way they have a really great marketplace experience. Now, I'm going to click on their main listings. So I mentioned before when I showed you wheel price that they didn't have any kind of customizations on Go. So if we go back over there, we'll just kind of click on we'll get to their kind of like main, this is like the main state of Sharetribe Go. So you can see like view all listings or like a search results. So you'll notice up here, they have like the grid, list, or map. So those are different kind of toggles for views. And then you'll notice that they have the listing title over that kind of image. Now, a lot of people don't like that title over the image just because, aesthetically, it might not look great. That's kind of like a personal preference. So what we did for this marketplace is we actually hid those kind of toggles, the three toggles you saw for the different views, simply since this is a virtual kind of services marketplace. So you can think of like a Fiverr for kind of like Etsy-based services that people can offer on here or purchase. So the actual map wasn't really that relevant. Same thing with the other view. As far as the list view, that's not really relevant. They wanted the best kind of experience and view right here, so we kind of hid that. We also dropped the listing title down below the image, so that way it's not, a lot of these images are custom design images that sellers want to design and use as their kind of covers or thumbs right here, so that way it helps their kind of listing stand out and just look a lot better, and well designed. So we did those kind of customizations for them. So now we're going to click on a listing, and you can see it right here. So this is fairly straightforward. So you can see they actually, have a transaction for that and a positive review. And they also have discussions enabled right here. So this is, once again, this is a marketplace that I work with this client, and we kind of help them, not only kind of initially build a marketplace, but customize it and then also too to help them kind of get some initial traction and then understand the operational requirements with Inkbox as a kind of client. So this is another example. So the first was going to be a completely no-code Sharetribe Go based marketplace using Sharetribe's hosted custom homepage. Now this one is going to be a little bit, this is going to be a lot more custom. When I mention custom, it's just using custom no-code landing pages and other well-designed landing pages, and then some kind of simple customizations on Sharetribe Go. So these are the two examples that I wanted to point out. Once again, you can find that on the no-code marketplace directory over here that I created. That way, if you want to see some more. But I'm just going to continue to go through. So now that we covered Sharetribe Go, we're going to cover Sharetribe Flex. So of course, if you're not new to the channel, then you know Studiotime, because I pretty much mention it and reference it in every single video that I do. But in essence, it's it's been called like the Airbnb for music studios. So we're pretty much the largest online marketplace for music studios in the world. So music studios in 35 countries. You can see the site right here, studiotime.io. I do want to mention that this is a Sharetribe Flex-based marketplace. So it is not completely no code. It is kind of low code and uses a lot of custom code. So this is quite an extensive build, and I wouldn't sign up for Sharetribe Go or Sharetribe Flex and expect to get this out of the box. So this is a completely custom homepage that we designed right here. You'll see that we have like our verified listings that populate right here. So these are like our featured listings that required customization. So that's not like out of the box functionality with Sharetribe Flex. And then you can kind of see like our design image right here. So I'm signed in right here. I'm just going to do a kind of a brief demo because I've done other more extensive demos in the past. But we have made some updates, so I do want to kind of point those out. You notice over here that we have like a map, so like a toggle over here for the view. So we just want to kind of clean things up and update a little bit. So we added that since the map isn't always the best experience for finding a studio. So once again, we have our premium verified studios right here. So and then we have like all of our studios down here, and this is for Los Angeles. So we have these like quick reply tags, and I'm just going to click on one for an example. So this is the individual listing right here. So you'll notice it actually opened in a new tab. So that's not standard for Sharetribe Flex-based marketplaces either. But we have that, and we kind of customize that. It is kind of like best practice for marketplaces right now. So we made that kind of change. But we're just going to click on this listing, and I'm going to go through. So the premium verified tag denotes that they are premium subscription. So if you're not familiar with Studiotime, it is subscription based. So that means we do charge a subscription in order for a studio to have a listing. For the premium verified program, which is basically increased visibility, we help them market this kind of verification, then also allows them to have multiple listings, just because you'll see like right here, Studio A. One studio can have multiple rooms, which means they have multiple rooms that can be booked, which means then they can have multiple listings. So instead of just being able to have one listing, which is our basic subscription, that's what the premium program is kind of designed around. So we'll just kind of go down right here. So you can see we have our reviews right here, and then we have the booking count right here. So this listing, not the studio, but this individual listing has had 28 bookings, 7 positive reviews. So this kind of booking number display is not something that is out of the box functionality with Sharetribe Flex either, nor is this kind of included or additional services. So as a studio, you can actually have like service add-ons. So you can have like session engineer that can be included in the price or not. And then they can also offer other services such as mixing and mastering or other kind of like audio engineering services in addition to the actual studio room rental, or if the engineer is or not included in that rate. Now down here, we recently added this kind of like details to keep in mind section. So what this does is this makes it easy for artists or users to find the information that is the most relevant for them submitting a booking request. And then also for that the studios then are taking into consideration whether they will accept or deny that request. So for instance, the minimum booking. So if you're looking to book a studio for an hour, of course, this has a 2-hour minimum. They show the maximum studio occupancy. So right here, 5 people. Also the studio hours. And then this is something that we recently added, so accepts bookings. So same day accepted. So that means if you're looking to book a studio last minute, the studio is potentially willing to do that. And that's very standard for them. Some studios are, they don't have a lot of capacity because they're, frequently booked up. And so thus they typically require at least like a week or sometimes even, a month of booking advance. They can denote that right there. Also too, the day rate discount, studios can mention that, if you book 8 hours and you can get 10% off, that's all automatically we calculate real time on the front end over here. And I'll just kind of demo that in a second. So you can see right here, verified reviews, and here's the, listing owner right there. And then there's the kind of view on the map. So you can see over here, so if we select, the date and then start and end time, we'll just do 2 hours. You can add a day right here. So we have multiple day booking right here. Once again, this is something that we kind of customize for Studiotime. You can see that this updates real time the total booking price before you request to book it. So once again, we did that kind of real time calculation. So for instance, if you actually select, let's do more than 8 hours. So let's do 12 to 12 over here. So you'll notice that 10% discount, if you select 24 hours, automatically populates. So that total price right there is then reflective of the discount. So those are all kind of cool customizations that we made for Studiotime ourselves, and that's not like out of the box functionality. Also too, over here, you'll see this is like my kind of user dashboard. We have like a kind of tags that denote is paid or not in the different states. So I've done some other videos in the past, but we kind of made it easy for studios to accept payments off our platform. And this denotes that this was paid right here. And the studio denotes that. And so that way, if it's not paid, then they can basically send the instructions on how to pay that, and they can track it and mark it as paid or unpaid kind of directly through their kind of user dashboard. So it's fairly straightforward. I don't want to spend too much time on Studiotime. I just want to do like a quick kind of walkthrough of it once again. For those that might not, be familiar with Studiotime, I guess I should just kind of go to the Add Your Studio really quick. So you'll notice over here, we have these kind of custom fields for like minimum booking, maximum studio occupancy, the hours right here, time in advance. So these are all the kind of custom fields that we customize for Studiotime ourselves. And once again, this is not Sharetribe Flex. I did kind of show you what that actually looks like on the studio listing, but I did want to just kind of show it to you how it is on the, on the create a listing kind of process. So once again, that's Studiotime. I'll just click on these subscriptions really quickly so that way you can kind of see the landing page that we have. So if you're a studio that's looking to add your studio, then you'll notice that right here, here's our page that that you'll see. So you have monthly billing, semi-annual, or yearly, and it's all kind of based off the billing duration, populates the price real time. So these are two different plans, as I mentioned. And then we kind of have like our frequently asked questions. We have like our facts section right here that these are all, you can kind of like expand it. So it's fairly straightforward. It's a very kind of minimal marketplace. We pretty much everything is kind of like a homepage and is going to be like our main kind of listings through the search results. And then it's going to be the individual listings, and then more of the kind of like within the product, the booking experience is kind of like what we primarily focus on. So that's, once again, that's like fairly straightforward. You can kind of check it out, on your own. I'll include a link to it in the details of this video too. So another example that I want to walk you through is called The Shoot. So The Shoot is a kind of Airbnb for photographers. So I actually covered them in the guide to no-code marketplaces and kind of broke down their tool stack, and then even included a founder interview from them, which they even kind of mentioned their monthly costs and then some kind of insights from building, launching, and kind of running their Sharetribe Flex-based marketplace. But this is a custom Sharetribe Flex marketplace. This is a really great example of a kind of services marketplace that's for in-person services. So this is, once again, if you're looking to book a photographer. So you can see it right here. In my opinion, it's a really well-designed Sharetribe Flex marketplace. And they do have some kind of like initial traction and some initial, some bookings through their marketplace. So I like to just find examples of not just marketplaces that have like placeholder listings or just like demos, but actual live operational Sharetribe marketplaces that are businesses and generating some bookings and revenue. So you can see right here on their search results, they have right here, so photographer London. So actually adding this text right here is great for SEO. Even up here, photographer London, the URL of that. So this is definitely something that they were smart and did that probably took some customization within Sharetribe Flex. You'll see over here, let's just go down and click on one. So if you click on this, the images, so this layout right here looks to be kind of custom too for what they've done. It's fairly straightforward. It's definitely these are visually appealing listings, and as they probably should be since it is photography. You'll see down here they have review for that, they have a photographer, and then they actually have some kind of like photographer images. So this is custom too. And yeah, this is just another great example of a Sharetribe Flex-based marketplace. So once again, you can check out my other videos for the differences between Sharetribe Go and Sharetribe Flex, and then some like common customizations for both of them. I will mention that this is not a completely no-code marketplace either. It's not really low-code. There is a lot of kind of customizations within this, but it is Sharetribe Flex. So right here is their kind of why page. We're gonna kind of wait for this to load, but this is fairly straightforward. This is kind of the actual template, kind of that when you basically spin up a Sharetribe, the kind of front end in an instance. This is kind of the template that you can use. So this isn't really custom designed. There's a lot. Looks like they probably spent a lot of more time and resources making customizations where it is the most important, such as their homepage and then some of their their main listings, search results, and then probably the individual listings. So this is the Shoot.io, which is a Sharetribe Flex based marketplace for booking services online that can be delivered offline, so in person. Now, I want to get into another example of a marketplace that is built using Sharetribe Flex. It's relatively new, so there's not a lot of listings on it, nor bookings, but it's a really good example of how you can build a events marketplace using Sharetribe Flex. So if you're looking to build a kind of, say, for instance, like an Eventbrite kind of similar marketplace, this is going to be a really good example, probably one of the best examples when it comes to the actual initial build and some of the UI UX of the marketplace. But it's called Bulletin, so it's bulletingolf.com. So you'll see their homepage right here. So it's very straightforward. Looks great, but it's basically a marketplace for discovering and registering for golf events. So it looks like they're focusing on Florida right here because they have these like 3 kind of cities. Then they have like the how it works right here. So this is like a very minimal landing page, which is going to be their homepage, and which is actually a really great call just to keep it kind of minimal. Since they're early on. So you can see their listings right here. So this isn't, they have the map over here, but they're kind of the actual view. So these aren't like the listing cards, but this is going to be a different kind of view, which I actually think works great for their marketplace since it kind of calls out and emphasizes the date and then the event title. So let's just go ahead and click on one. So you can see right here, they have like a pretty well designed kind of header image or cover image for the listing. Then they have who it's hosted by and this kind of like listing type right here. And then they have details about the event. So this is fairly straightforward. Looks like they have some cool kind of like event info and they added some cool kind of icons right here. Then they have the map and then they of course have the event host, which is kind of like the user profile associated with that listing. So it looks great. Once again, I wanted to show like an event kind of style marketplace example, just because I know a lot of people are looking to build those and previously might have thought that, Sharetribe or Sharetribe Flex is not, not the right kind of platform for that. This is a great example that shows that you can actually customize it and use it for that specific marketplace type. So you'll see it over here. They have like the entry fee and then they have like the dates right here and you can register. And then they also have like a social share. So a really great example of a kind of event-based marketplace. Now let's look at one more kind of Sharetribe Flex space. Well, we actually have a few more. This is going to be a little bit lengthier video. So this is going to be a Sharetribe Flex-based marketplace for booking personal trainers. So this is a really great example. You can see over here, I'm actually on English. They have it in French because it's also, a Canadian-based marketplace. So Sharetribe Flex does have the capability to have multi-language support. So this is a great example of that. I just wanted to point that out. So if we toggle on that, then you'll see that it changes, right? You could obviously use like Google Translate, but you can also just an actual kind of localized marketplace version. And translation is just toggling over to the EN, which denotes English. So I'm actually logged in right here. Something I did, or we'll just go through this homepage right here first, and I'll show you something, a cool kind of feature that I actually like this marketplace has. But this is the homepage right here, fairly straightforward as most of them are. And once again, this is a Sharetribe Flex-based marketplace. So let's click on browse all coaches. So you'll see the coaches right here. This is definitely going to be more of like the stock kind of listing card view. In the main listings and search results, they could have probably customized this a little bit more to make it a little bit better suited for this specific type of marketplace. But overall, it looks great, and I'm sure it works great too. So you'll see this heart right here. So this is actually something pretty cool that I haven't really seen any other Sharetribe Flex-based marketplaces do. So if you're logged in as a user, you can actually favorite this right here. And then if you go over here to my favorites, you'll notice that I have 2 favorites right here. So those 2 kind of listings show. So something pretty neat. We'll probably do this soon with Studiotime. That way you can favorite music studios and the listings. But this is just a great example of a Sharetribe Flex-based marketplace, and this is for booking personal trainers. Now let's jump into one more. So this is going to be a Sharetribe Flex-based marketplace, which is pretty much like a very niche Airbnb style marketplace. So this is a marketplace built using Sharetribe Flex that is going to be, you can browse homes right here for monthly rentals. So you can see this is looks pretty clean right here. I believe it's called, Moblome, I guess. You can correct me in the comments at the pronunciation. So this you can see as we click from the homepage, we click on the listings right here. You'll notice a similar kind of listing, this card view, and then the map view to the right of it. So that is going to be the more kind of like stock Sharetribe Flex kind of template view of it right there. Then we'll just click on one for an example, go through. So they do actually have one thing that I wanted to, point out for this marketplace, which is they have a verification. So that's native to their marketplace. They actually use like a user identity and verification integration, and they denote what they do is they denote that the listing is verified by their marketplace using this kind of visual denotation right here. So once again, the listing is like fairly straightforward, pretty extensive kind of details right there. And then these kind of like selection of amenities. Then they have the kind of map down here. And then you can see like the host right here or the kind of property manager. So this is a fairly straightforward, marketplace that's built using Sharetribe Flex. I believe this like cleaning service is actually pretty new. So I'm not logged in right there, but looks like they might be kind of like experimenting with, having cleaning services. Yeah. So it looks like, they have a service listings right here for cleanings. I'm not sure if these are actually real or kind of placeholders. Let's just click on them. Yeah. So you can kind of see right here, looks like a cleaning listing. So it looks like they might be kind of doing some little potential testing with their marketplace, but I definitely wanted to show you an example of like an actual kind of Airbnb style marketplace that uses the kind of user verification through that identity kind of verification. You can see right here that they actually have that. Hopefully you found this video helpful. Basically wanted to, just kind of walk through some more recent examples of Sharetribe based marketplaces. Not only Sharetribe Go based marketplaces that, are completely no code that use their kind of hosted platform and their hosted homepages, and that was wheel price, but also, Sharetribe Go based marketplaces that also leverage other no code platforms for custom landing pages and have a little bit better kind of, customized marketplace look and feel and user experience. And then, of course, jump into Sharetribe Flex, which is what a lot of people seem to be interested in more now, which is, a lot more custom marketplace, but a lot more kind of custom, I would say like functionality that's specific to their marketplace and the needs of it at a little bit later stage. So I reviewed Studiotime, which is like the Airbnb for music studios that I run, The Shoot, which is going to be like an Airbnb for photographers. And then Bulletin Golf, which is going to be like an Eventbrite style niche marketplace for golf events. And then also Fit Coach, which is going to be a marketplace or like an Airbnb for trainers. And then this marketplace, which we believe is pronounced Moblome, which is going to be an Airbnb for looks like vacation, monthly vacation rentals. So hopefully you found this video helpful. Once again, you can check out, all of the examples. There, not only will I include the links to them and the details or description of this post, but you can also check them out on this no-code marketplace directory. So I'm gonna do a lot more videos, speaking more specifically about like when you should use Sharetribe Go versus Flex, and then even kind of diving into more specifics within, each platform. But I'm also gonna do a lot of other demos for probably the other kind of no-code platforms such as Webflow and Bubble. A good kind of like primer or way to kind of get up to speed on that is probably by, jumping into the guide to no-code marketplaces that I recently published. And that has pretty extensive. It's about 35 pages. First off, kind of covers, marketplaces, why they're uniquely positioned to leverage no and low code, the specific kind of typical requirements of marketplaces, and the different like marketplace business types, and then basically cover all the, three primary platforms, and then provide like a decision kind of framework. So based off your marketplace, the business type and its specific needs, you can easily see which platform is probably best suited. And then I also cover some of the other tool integrations. So you'll see like right here, Studiotime also uses like Twilio, Chargebee, and Instapage. So I kind of jump into that, and I'm gonna do a lot more videos covering that. And then I also, as I mentioned earlier, I have like founder interviews where basically interview founders from some Sharetribe marketplaces such as The Shoot, and then even myself kind of mention in there some specifics such as like how much it costs to run these marketplaces every month, maybe some kind of insights into the operational side, and then just some learnings from using Sharetribe. So once again, hopefully you found this video helpful. If you did, definitely hit the like button and the subscribe to the channel, because it keeps me motivated to make these videos. And comment if there's any questions that you have, or you want me to do any other videos, because I definitely make these videos based off what you comment and what you want me to, to make videos on next. So until the next one, see ya.